Alright, this video is super short, and sorry for the length of the last one. I saw it was 17 minutes. Whoa, that's a long one. So nematodes. Nematodes are the other next worm. The first worm, the flatworms, were acoelomate with no body cavity, 3 tissue layers. Nematodes are the pseudocoelomate. And because we're looking at this chart and we are at this spot here and beyond, we know that they are bilaterally symmetrical, and we know they have 3 tissue layers. Everything does from now on. All right? So here's our flatworms on this branch, and here are our nematodes on this branch. So you'll see they're very, very closely related. So your nematodes, they do have a complete digestive tract. Because they have the pseudocoelomate body plan, they have room for a digestive tract, and they can bring food in and excrete it. I found this picture. I just thought it was a neat picture. It shows 2 roundworms mating, and ultimately they're going to reproduce and produce more nematodes. They're quite prolific. So here's the body plan we saw with the cnidarians, where food comes in and out the same way. But with the nematodes, or roundworms, the food comes in the mouth, it goes through the complete digestive tract, and it comes out the anus. So this is the first time we're seeing this. The roundworms that you'll see on the Monday Worm Lab, they're microscopic, so you won't be able to see any of these digestive organs, but they do have them. So they're critically important in composting. If you guys take any soil from anywhere around our school and you looked underneath the microscope, you would see lots of nematodes. If you have an aquarium and you took the gravel out, you'd see lots of nematodes. There's nematodes everywhere. I've seen some facts and books in places where they talk about nematodes being one of the most prolific animals on the planet. Nematodes have been unfortunately implicated in many diseases, so you might have heard of nematodes from the diseases that they cause for humans and animals. They include things like pinworm, hookworm, giant human intestinal roundworm. I suggest that you Google that and see how long it actually gets. It's crazy. Trichinella, the filarial worm, and heartworm, which if you have a dog, you can get them protected against. So I want to look at this one here, the filarial worm, and what it causes. It's a microscopic worm. And if you get this worm in your body, what it does is it clogs up your lymph nodes, your lymph system. And we talked about the lymph system when we were doing the grade 10 systems. And so here's a picture. I don't suggest you Google this, because some of the pictures you get are really disgusting. But here you'll see these people, they have elephantiasis, and what's happened is this worm, which as you see right here in this picture, has clogged up the lymph nodes. And so the body doesn't drain. Your body's constantly taking liquids from your cells and draining it and moving it around. But if those things get plugged up, then the liquid collects in one area. So how do you fix the problem? Well, you can fix it temporarily by just, basically not bleeding it, but cutting it and draining. But the worms are still there, so it'll just happen again. So you have to go to the root source and actually kill the worm. Once you kill the worm, then the body will come back to normal. And so our STSC connection. So unfortunately, you know that from grade 9 that if you use pesticides, that a lot of organisms will get wiped out, including what you want to keep. You know from grade 11 evolution that if you use pesticides regularly, that organisms will develop a resistance, and then the pesticide might become useless, or the pesticide is so powerful it just kills everything. So we are always looking for natural pesticides, and nematodes, some of them are predatory on things that we don't like eating our crops. So there are a lot of products out there that are advertised as natural pesticides that contain nematodes. So there's a good STSC connection.